Hello, guys. Welcome to X Files, where we discuss social issues, politics, recent events, and everything in between. I'm Sha-Kira. Today we have a special guest.
I'm Felicia. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Today's topic would be Chud the Builder.
Okay.
Now, are you familiar with Chud the Builder?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Okay, so he's like some kind of guy. He's like this guy. He goes around using the N-word. He just walk up to random people and he says whatever. And then he goes, oh, this is freedom of speech. I can say what I want to say, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's just a major antagonist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's violating the freedom of speech clause within the Constitution, and he's just trying to, practice his racism or his xenophobia in the guise of freedom of speech.
Right.
How do you feel about it?
He's definitely misusing the freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely misusing his freedom of speech by harassing people.
Okay.
It's different when you can say, anyone can say what they want. If
Mm-hmm.
he's said all day in his house and he's not about, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going around and saying things that would entice or get someone riled up or
Mm-hmm.
angry
Mm-hmm.
intentionally, then
Mm-hmm.
that's wrong. That's harassment. That's I think it's different than just freedom of speech.
Yeah. But so you think he doesn't have a leg to stand on with the freedom of speech aspect?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he were in a group with his peers and whatever, and they were using the N-word, in that case, do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think someone should walk up and say, "Hey, you shouldn't use it." Is their choice.
Okay.
But when you're going around antagonizing people
Mm-hmm.
and trying to get a reaction out of them, a negative reaction, and saying, "Oh, it's freedom of speech," that's different. Because that's with anything.
Okay.
That's literally it. Let's just take the N word out of it. What if it were someone who's disabled and they had a disdain or disrespect for a disabled person?
Okay.
And they're calling them derogatory names.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going around. That's simple harassment.
Okay.
And certain words should be used carefully. Just because we have a freedom of speech, we still shouldn't say things to a certain group of people that may trigger trauma.
I see what you're saying.
Knowing that it could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Even with I'll give another example, like little people or something.
Okay.
They prefer to be called little people right now from what I hear.
Or dwarf.
Yeah. Okay. But I think a lot of us know in the past they were called other names and they don't want to be called that. And I feel like if someone were going around doing that, if it were more common for little people to be walking around, it would be a big uproar because it's just disrespect.
Okay.
Altogether.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it. I mean, for me, I feel like he's intentionally going after the little fish. You know what I mean? He's going around antagonizing an already disenfranchised community, a community that already have dealt with the trauma of that word. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a word he made up and he decided to say it. No, it's a long historical context to this word.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? In the name of lynchings, historical bombings, churches, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This word has a horrific link to it.
I agree.
So I think he's trying to pick on the little guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A community has already suffered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In this country. And he's saying it's freedom of speech to try to sound cool or like some constitutionalist type person, but it makes no sense.
It doesn't. Because even with speech, it doesn't matter what. We live in a society that has rules. There's laws. There's there's freedom of speech, but you can't say certain things, or you shouldn't say certain things in certain environments, and there will be consequences for it. Also, thinking. Yeah, so
it's okay.
Yeah, we're in the car, so,
we're in the car. Got it.
I was just thinking about something else. But yeah, so yeah, it just is rules for everything. That's just even we have curse words,
Okay.
forbidden curse words.